Thank you, Steve. Months ago, Reality Check told you the problems with gas prices is not what the national media and politicians have been telling you. The high prices are not simply about supply and demand, not about OPEC, not about the president. They are actually about the value of the U.S. dollar. Now, a columnist from the Washington Times has decided to check whether Ben was right. It's a reality check you won't see anywhere else.
It was in February of this year when we cut through the headlines, got down to brass tacks. The argument we presented is that there is a false narrative in the national media and among politicians from both parties about the cause of high gas prices. Here are three facts that go against what they're telling you. Fact number one, there is no actual shortage of oil supply in the U.S. In fact, many American oil companies are selling additional oil supply overseas to China and India. Fact number two, there have been no major disruptions this year in oil production, no major hurricanes, etc. Fact number three, more oil is being drilled domestically than there has been in 10 years. In fact, the number of oil drilling rigs in the U.S. hit a record last week, having quadrupled in number over the past 3 years. Between oil and gas drilling rigs, the U.S. now has more rigs at work than the rest of the world combined. So why are we still paying between $3.60 and $3.80 a gallon for regular unleaded gas? Here's part of what I told you in February. Gas is so expensive because this dollar is not worth what it used to be. The fiat dollar means that the price of oil is going up, and there is no real way to bring it down without dealing with the value of what you have in your wallet. The hypothesis we came to here, the price of gasoline is so high because the price of oil is high. Because oil is priced in dollars, and the American dollar is fast losing its value. If the American dollar were still tied to gold or silver, the price of oil wouldn't be so high. Now, 2 days ago, a columnist from the Washington Times published an article about whether that reality check was correct. The article by Michael Jager is titled, "Does Gold Set the Price of Oil?" And it asks this question: does the price of gold set the price of oil as Ben Swann says? The author points out that in 1971, the U.S. decoupled the dollar from gold and from silver. That's what made it fiat currency. Middle East suppliers then decided they would fix the oil that they produced per barrel to a certain quantity of gold. Quote, according to Ben Swann's report, this quantity happens to be, on average, since 1971, 0.0602 ounces of gold per barrel. Now, without getting bogged down too much on the details, Jager performed a statistical analysis of the daily price of oil and gold between 1986 and 2012. So here are the results of looking at 26 years worth of data. Over that span of time, taking over 6,400 samples. Using basic statistics, a two-sample t-test was performed. And the result? Jager found that the price of barrel of oil in gold has only fluctuated by $6 in 26 years. In dollars, the price of a barrel of oil has fluctuated over $89. Quote, what does that mean? As Ben Swann stated, it means the strength of the dollar more than anything else determines the value of a barrel of oil in the marketplace. Sure, supply and demand, fear in the Middle East, trading activity all impact the daily price of oil as seen in the daily fluctuations present in the data. But in the long run, the analysis proves that the calculated price matches the market clearing price for oil with an average difference of only $6. So what you need to know is that the biggest scam in politics today may be the false narrative of which president can lower gas prices. Donald Trump can rail against OPEC, but it won't change anything. The U.S. can continue to pump oil and build that Keystone pipeline, but that won't change anything. Until the fiat dollar ceases to be a floating currency, and until it's backed by some commodity, the price of gasoline and food, along with every other product that's made with plastic and petroleum and transported by car, truck, or train, will continue to balloon in price. So for those of you who are partisan voters, answer me this. Which political party is willing to fix that problem? And that is Reality Check.
So you heard him. Answer him this. If you would like to make your voice heard on this story, you can head over to Ben's Facebook page. You can find it by searching Ben Swann at WXIX.